everybody. It's late at night, and, well, overall it's been a busy week, so I haven't actually gotten a whole lot done. However, I have done a few things, mostly art-related, including I've started working a bit on the, witch's character model, so that's definitely not done or showable or anything, but still, it's something that I'm starting on, so the, using the UAV drone thing, aircraft, is not going to be, hopefully, something that happens within a month or whenever. I don't know. It's a character I plan on putting a decent bit of effort into that, since it's, it's a thing that's going to be right in your face the whole time. So, I don't know how long that'll take. Also, the whole putting in of some basic animations and other things. But either way, from what I mentioned last week, the next-gen battle tank that I'd worked on the model of, and this week I did do the textures, materials, and stuff. As you can see, it's got a different camo design than the other types of units have. Lots of triangles and stuff. And it's got its big railgun, so bad news for the player. Coaxial machine gun, I don't think I'm going to actually do anything with that in-game. It doesn't have a secondary top machine gun, instead it'll have close and point defense systems, so like the main battle tank's machine gun can shoot at you up around here, but for this thing you have to get to around here before it can start hitting you. But it's very accurate and you can't really dodge it, and in addition that will also protect against things like homing missile shot and certain other things that it can intercept. So it'll be extremely dangerous as a long-range enemy, since you're gonna want to use cover when these things are around. Also, it's got a lot of health. Like, as you can see, it's bigger than this thing, but it's also supposed to just be so much more advanced. It's like all the new and crazy technology, all the new knowledge from composites built in the framework right up from the base, unlike an old tank that, we modernize it by swapping out some plates of the armor, sticking new types of reactive armor on the outside, but it's most of it's just bolt-on and stuff. Every so often, when you can go and completely from the ground up rebuild something, you can take in all the cool new things. So this thing is like running along with LENR batteries, or cold fusion as the old term was. Anyone who thinks that cold fusion is impossible, look up LENIR. There was a LENIR. There was a nice report done by the US government a couple months back, half a year now maybe. Either way, it was a good report. It did a good job of summarizing why it is that there has been such a controversial series of issues as to whether or not the idea of cold fusion works. Also, there's a reason that it's now referred to as LENIR, is because cold fusion doesn't accurately describe that well what's actually going on in the reaction that was otherwise called cold fusion, though for all intents and purposes it's pretty much the same thing. Just not actually the same thing. Due to certain details, it never really should have been called that, but either way, it is. The idea is this thing will be powered off of a series of batteries made out of those, effectively giving it a portable nuclear reactor that generates a lot of heat. Downside of those, though, is that means once they start the reaction going, this thing's gonna have to be just constantly radiating heat whenever it's not using the energy for its guns and other stuff. So this thing is going to just show up on thermals like nobody's business. But, of course, hey, it's a game, so not an issue. Also, who knows how we'll actually end up using stuff like that in the future. We're not at that point yet anyway, so, yeah. So yeah, this is that thing. This is MBT, next-gen battle tank. It'll be annoying to play against, fun. It's something where you actually have to dodge and cover, and like a lot of enemies, it's, just keep strafing sideways and stuff, but this one you can't just strafe and stuff to deal with it. It's like missiles, except missiles you have to shoot down. This thing, you have to outright get into cover situations to deal with. Going underground will not be valid cover in-game, obviously, but yeah. So yeah, that's it for this week. Art stuff being worked on, AI, and some other things being sort of worked on, but for the most part, just been relatively busy this week. So, not much, just this. Bye. Enjoy. Later. Thing. Bye. Again. Sorry.